Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash at the garage, where badge hype gets stripped, brochure buzzwords get flattened, and we judge cars not by their marketing, but by how they actually hit the road. If you're new here, buckle up and hit subscribe because this isn't your average drive-through car review. Today, we're jumping into something that Dodge has quietly, almost sneakily, brought back from the grave at the 2026 Dodge Neon SRT4. Yeah, you heard that right, Neon SRT4. Two names that once meant cheap and mean are back in the same breath. Let's see if the comeback is worth the noise, or if Dodge should have left this ghost in the 2000s. Exterior first glance, it doesn't scream SRT4 like the old tuner icon with the hood scoop and denonced aggression. But once you get closer, you start to pick up on the subtle Fight Club vibes. The front is where Dodge clearly wanted to mix nostalgia with modern sharpness. You've got a low-slung grille, blacked outer and wide, giving the car a planted, aggressive face without going overboard. LED headlamps with a DRL signature that almost mimics a frown at works. It's got that modern Dodge face we've seen on the Hornet, but tightened and streamlined. The side profile is clean but loaded with muscle. Not the bulging, steroidal kind of muscle you see on a Challenger, but more like an athlete in a compression shirt. There's a strong shoulder line running across the doors, 19-inch lightweight forged alloys, and just enough ground clearance to make it road-friendly without killing the sporty look. Dodge gives it a two-tone finish option, a roof and mirrors in black, and it's the kind of detail that elevates it from compact commuter to proper sport compact. No fake vents, no stick-on spoilers, just real geometry and shadow lines doing the talking. Move around to the back, and here's where Dodge gets a little more loud about it. A lip spoiler rides the trunk lid like it's been bolted with purpose, not just for show. The taillights are full-width LED, with a slightly smoked finish, and that's paired with a gloss black rear diffuser that's hiding or flaunting too large chrome-tipped exhausts that actually work. No fake muffler caps here. It all adds up to a rear end that doesn't look like it's trying too hard, but still tells the guy behind you at the light, you probably don't want to race me. Interior now, when you crack the door open, you half expect this to feel like a rebadged commuter car with red stitching. But Dodge has gone deeper than that. The interior is surprisingly refined, without giving up to the SRT4 edge. Bolstered sports seats hug you without squeezing the life out of you. Alcantara inserts and contrast stitching comes standard on the performance trim, and they're actually functional sliding around mid-corner. The flat-bottom steering wheel is chunky and grippy, with paddle shifters that feel mechanical, not mushy. Digital gauge cluster? Yep, fully reconfigurable and performance-focused. There's a special SRT view that gives you boost pressure, oil temp, G-force meter at the works. Center screen's a 10.25-inch Uconnect unit that's snappy and clean, with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto baked in. There's even a track telemetry app built in if you want to log lap times or 0-60s. The materials overall are mid-pack for the segment, not luxury grade, but a definite level up from Econobox vibes. The rear seat's tight, as expected, but usable in short bursts. And the trunk, big enough to haul a set of wheels to the track, or groceries to your regret-filled Sunday. Now let's talk numbers, because that's where the original SRT4 built its rep, not by looking fast, but by being fast. Performance under the hood, Dodge drops in a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4, good for 296 horsepower and 295 pounds-to-feet of torque. That's knocking right on the door of hot hatch royalty. And yes, it's front-wheel drive, just like the original. But here's the kicker, it comes with an electronic limited slip differential, and optional adaptive dampers. Translation, it grips hard, corners flat, and puts power down without turning the wheel into a vibrating mess. 0 to 60 happens in a claimed 5.1 seconds, and that's not fantasy math. It feels every bit of that when you pin it. The turbo spool's quick, the power band is punchy, and the new 8-speed dual-clutch gearbox shifts with authority. No CVT nonsense here. And if you want to roll your own gears, Dodge does you one better. There's a 6-speed manual option. It's mechanical, not rubbery, and the clutch has just enough weight to feel serious without being a chore in traffic. Handling: this thing corners way better than a front driver has any right to. The steering has actual weight and feedback, not just artificial resistance. You can feel the front end bite when you dive into a corner, and it holds its line without feeling like it's trying to torque steer into a ditch. The suspension is firm, but not punishing. It rides like it's always ready for action but doesn't throw a tantrum over rough pavement. And the brake-safe 4-piston Brembos up front clamp down like they're trying to rip the asphalt apart. Now let's talk pricing, because this is where the 2026 Neon SRT4 throws the real punch. Starting price: just under $32,000, and for that, you're getting performance that outpaces some $40,000 compacts. Loaded up with the Performance Pack A, which includes the adaptive dampers, track-tuned suspension, launch control, and stickier tires, and you're hovering around $36,000. Still a steal considering the performance per dollar ratio. That puts it toe-to-toe with the Hyundai Elantra N, the Honda Civic Si, and the VW GTI, and the Dodge feels meaner than all of them. You're getting that raw, unapologetic attitude that modern performance compacts sometimes lose in the quest for polish. So what's the final verdict? The 2026 Dodge Neon SRT4 isn't here to relive its past, it's here to rewrite it. It's faster, sharper, and more refined than the OG, without selling out. It's the kind of car that makes you want to drive the long way home. It talks to you, not with beeps or warnings, but through its steering, its chassis, its boost kicking in at the perfect moment. It's imperfect in all the right ways, and in a world of sanitized, polished performance cars, that's what makes it feel alive. If you're a fan of raw driving emotion packed into a practical, sub-$40K body, this SRT4 deserves a serious look. Dodge didn't just bring back a nameplate, they brought back an attitude, and for that, they earn real respect. That's it for today's review on Car Flash, where spec sheets get put to the test, and only the driving experience earns the spotlight. If you liked what you saw, smash that like button, drop your questions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more reviews that cut through the hype and hit the pavement. I'll catch you in the next one, until then, drive hard, stay sharp, and keep your foot heavy.